So today we go to the funeral of Cai. Not the most joyous occasion, but my task is easy because I just sit there and witness the proceedings, whereas Terhi, she needs to play the piano and maybe sing, which would be horribly difficult. I dug out my old clothes. I can't believe I bought these baggy things. They're like, what do you call it? They're 2-3 sizes bigger than this. And the funny thing is, I've got 3 dark suits that would suit a funeral, but they're 2 sizes big, or bigger than I use nowadays. And I actually bought these with an expert from Stockman's and Holland and places like this. But maybe because I felt comfortable in these. I've done a career since 1999 throughout Tieto and throughout EMC. I wore these and I felt completely satisfied. but now I feel awkward because I've been buying a bit more smaller stuff. But hey, it's not about me. I'm just gonna go there, pay my respects, and be done with it. Interesting. Oh yeah, I haven't been in a funeral. I think Matti used to be Matti was my friend, and Matti's sister Lena died, and I was a pallbearer there. And the only thing that struck me is that she weighs next to nothing. Although it was a very light coffin to carry. So let's see how this is. It's a Christian funeral, so it should be a celebration. I fought a good battle, and I made it to the end. So, I think we're living in interesting times in regards of setting up a company. Apparently approval and provisional approval was given to the daycare facility that Rise has been thinking. So that might be looking at progressing. It now looks like Mia, Marco and me would be jumping on board from Sardion. Mia brought up an interesting point that what to do if there are people who just want to kind of sit along for the ride and just put money in, compared to those who actually want to put elbow grease into it. Then what do we do with those? What else? Got beaten by a cyclocrosser yesterday, going up the hill from past the Mormon church up to Karaportti, where Nokia is, and I wasn't totally wasted like sometimes I am, but it wasn't good. and I think we all got through the funeral with, you know, fairly good, even though he was my age, maybe slightly older, with 2 adopted kids that had died. Oh, sorry, the kids didn't die, but he was survived by 2 kids. But still the feeling or the atmosphere, it was more of a celebration of you've made it, we'll be following. And there were speeches, I'd say 50-60% of speech. The sermon was in, or the blessing was in Finnish. I translated that in English. The speech, or the major speech by our pastor, it was in English. But then when there was an open mic, a lot of the speeches, I'd say 60% were in Swedish. One was in English, and then, I mean, these were Finland svensk, so there were Finns that spoke Swedish, and then there was one pastor from actually Sweden, so he was talking proper Swedish. Yeah, about Sweden, I got an offer from my former boss that arranged me this Swedish military project. He also did the, what do you call it? He now came up with an offer, and we actually think who the customer is, and we know that me has been already asked to participate in that project. So yeah, interesting to see how that one goes. But I said that no, we don't speak that good Swedish, that we all know tjänsteman svensk, which is the government official Swedish, so it's the bare minimum that you need to have for all, what do you call it, things. What else? Don't know. It's interesting times. And I read in one of these books that there has been days when I have forgotten that I'm ill. I'm not that far yet. I don't have whole days like that, but I have very long periods of, what do you call it, not actively thinking that I'm ill, which is very positive, and I'm thankful to God that that is the case. I went to the antioxidant clinics, and I got my blood work done again, and the bill for the tests, it was around 1,000 euros. And but it's an important test in the sense that from that you can see whether the vitamin D amounts that I'm consuming will cause a problem. So I'll fork the bill this once. But anyway, Jesus is King.
Itku loppumaton, loppunut kokonaan.